I don't know what it's going to be on your end, but when you do it, it's going to say, "We are live, man."
But you know this shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pen to Gas podcast on this beautiful Saturday afternoon where I'm at. But my good mate Harry, he's over there in the UK, so it's 8:19 over there. They're 5 hours ahead. Yes, I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honor to sit down with Harry Bell, the legend, right? I said Bell, I meant Pell. I'm sorry. I totally messed that up.
No,
Let me restart that.
People do it all the time. Like when I go to the gym, people say, "Oh, what's your name?" I say Harry Pell, and they say, "What, Bell? Bell?" No.
Dude, yeah, dude, I got a little dyslexia. Sometimes I look at shit and I'm like, and it's anyway. It's an absolute honor, Harry, to have you on the podcast, mate. We got a lot to talk about. First things first, this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. And Harry, I tell everybody this: don't spend your hard-earned money on an off-the-rack suit, because for 90% of us, it's not going to fit you correctly. When you have a leather suit that don't fit you correctly, man, it causes all kinds of issues. It's like buying a pair of gloves that don't fit you correctly. It's not going to work out. Either too small or too big. Trust me, it's not. So I tell everybody, go to bisontrack.com. Get that full custom suit started. You guys see mine hanging in the background. And then I got the chest protector right here, and the gloves are over here somewhere. And yeah, man, go ahead.
I've got my old custom suit from 2023, literally sat right in front of me.
Do you really?
I do.
Let's see them.
Hang on, I'll get it out. Hang on.
Yeah, we got to see them. Let's check these bad boys out.
Here we go.
Love it. Look at that. Dude, I like the colors, man.
A few times.
Oh, yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, I've had a fair few scrapes in this.
Hey, man, it held up really well.
It did. This held up really well. I had 3 major crashes in that suit, and I was perfectly fine after every single one of them.
And what brand is that?
That's from a company called RBS, like a safety gear. They make all my stuff. I can get a full custom suit made to measure with the underclothes as well for £375, which are probably around $420 if I had to guess.
Shit, that's and RBS. Jake Marsh, he's in RBS too as well. Yeah, there's a lot of people that race in RBS.
Yeah, they're really good, high quality. I 100% recommend them.
There you guys go. So out here, my buddy and them, they own Bison, man, and yeah, they're absolutely amazing. This is, to me though, this is what Bison stands out more than any others to me. They're at every Moto America race event, every single one. So Harry, you go down, you need something sewn. Guess what? You walk straight up to them, give them the suit, to have it done for you. By your next session, you go out, right? Even if you're not a Bison rider and you wear Dainese or RBS or RST or whatever it is, and you go down, guess what? You can take them to Bison and they'll take care of you too. And that, bro, you don't find that nowhere else in the world at any other paddock.
I've actually never seen that, because there's not many. So where I race, there's not actually many people that have like leather companies that come and sit and watch races. That doesn't really happen here.
That's what I'm saying, right? So, dude, that's what I love about Bison. Plus, Robert and Tasha are some of those beautiful people you're ever going to meet. Their son, Carter. Listen, I tell everybody, bisontrack.com. People, what are you waiting on, right? The undersuit. I got the undersuit, dude, all that stuff. And a full custom suit is definitely the way you want to go. Don't buy that off-the-rack suit. And Christmas is coming around the corner. So what are you waiting on? Treat yourself. You deserve it. Trust me. You really do. But Harry, man, yeah, it's dude, going from I don't know, this is my first custom suit, so I've had off the rack suits pretty much my whole time riding in club days and racing and all that. How many custom suits have you had?
I've had so 2024 was my 4th custom suit. My very first one was very similar to this one I've just shown you.
I love it.
Blue, red with my number in white down the sleeves. And at the time, I didn't have that many sponsors. I had a few, not many. My second set in 2021 was, I was riding a Kawasaki at the time, so it was blue. It was a green, red, and black. I really liked that suit. That suit was really nice. And then obviously that suit is back to blue and red again because I was on my Yamaha, my R3. And then this year I was running a black and red suit, just black and red, for a Suzuki.
I love it, man. Absolutely love it, man. So listen, let's talk about your journey, bro. Like, how did you get introduced to motorcycles?
So when my dad, when I was a kid, my dad always had a bike, at least one. So the last bike I remember him having that he actually rode often was a 1999 Kawasaki ZX9. I absolutely loved that bike. That bike was amazing. But yeah, he always had a bike around when I was a kid. So I grew up with a bike in the front garden or on the driveway. So I saw him all the time. When I was about 5 or 6, my dad bought me a little mini moto, like sort of style bike. But at the time, it was a bit too quick. It was what we call a blatter, which they're tiny bikes, but they'll do about 85 mile an hour. They're really quick.
2-stroke?
Yeah, 2-stroke.
Yeah.
So then he bought me a little like 50cc 2-stroke motocross bike, little Chinese thing. That was good. I enjoyed that. Taught me the basics of how to stay upright on a bike and all sorts. I did that for a few months, and then I saw my dad watching BSB one night in his bedroom, and I was like, oh, I really want to try that. So my dad bought me a little mini pit bike, 90cc Bambino, which was amazing. I loved that. I did a test session at a track called Fullback, a little go-kart track out in the middle of nowhere. It was a really good track. I did that. He only originally bought 2 sessions with a higher bike, but I loved those sessions so much that he ended up buying me 2 more. And then I got a 140cc pit bike as a bit of a step up, teaching how to use a clutch and all sorts. Ran that for about half a year. Then he got me a little mini GP 140 pit bike, which was more what I'm doing, similar to what I'm doing now. Looks more like a sport bike, as you expect. Ran that for about a year. Then we got another 140 pit bike that was bigger. More, it was probably about the same size as like a CRF 250. It was a fairly big bike. I ran that for about a year, and then we bought my Ninja 300, which is what I was running the black and green suit on. That was a good bike. We built that completely from scratch. It was a 2014 special edition Ninja 300 road bike, crash damaged. We bought that. We fixed it up. We changed fork internals, rear shock, throttle, and gear shifter. That was it. We didn't do any work to the engine. The bike was running 37.5 horsepower. So it was the slowest bike in the paddock, but I still did. I got third in my first championship on it. So that's proof that you don't need a fast bike to go fast. Then we bought my 2015 R3, which was an ex-BSB junior bike that Chloe Jones raced on. So we bought that. That came with the stock engine already in it, the standard engine, and it came with the race-ready GYTR engine as a spare. So we ran the first season on it with the standard engine. Then we ran the second season with the race engine. I did good on both. I was better on the stock engine, which I found out I am better on standard bikes, which is surprising. But I enjoyed the race engine. It was nice to have that bit of extra power to get out corners quicker and have a bit more top speed down the straights. And then this year we bought, or back end of 2023, we bought my SV650, which I ran for most of this year until my fifth round where I blew the engine up. So we had to get that taken out. We had to get a new engine put in. We then went to Donington Park for the 6th round, and the gearbox failed. So that wasn't fun. Luckily, one of our mates in the paddock had a spare bike for us that we could race. So we raced his bike for the rest of the Saturday, and then his bike had problems, so we went home on Saturday. So unfortunately, I didn't get to race. So obviously that was round 6. Round 7, which was one of the last rounds. I don't think we actually ended up doing the last round. We had a 2010 R6 race ready to go. So we thought, you know what, we'll have a bit of fun. We took the R6 with us to Anglesey in Wales, and I loved it. Best time of my life. I've never had more fun on a bike in my life.
I love it. So are you gonna race the R6 moving forward?
Yeah, the R6 is the goal or the plan for the next couple of years. Yeah.
Nice. I love it, man. I love it. So going from, did you ever have a street bike?
I've currently got a street bike. Yeah. So obviously, I know in the States it's a bit different. At 15 or 16, you can get your permit and then you can basically get what you want. But obviously over here, we've got, when you're 16, you can do your CBT, which is compulsory basics training, which you need to get any bike of any form. So at 16, you can get that. You can get like a little 50cc moped scooter sort of thing. At 17, you can do your A1 license, which allows you to ride a 125 on the road. At 19, you can do your A2 license, which allows you to ride anything up to 37 horsepower. 42 horsepower. So if you can get like a bigger bike and get it restricted. So what a lot of people have done, especially some of my mates. One of my mates has an SV650, and he's got it restricted down to 42 horsepower, so he can use it on his A2 license. And then when you turn 21, you can do your full A license, which allows you to ride any bike unrestricted. So I'm 17, so I'm riding a little 2017 MT125 currently on the road.
I love it, dude. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I wish, that's one thing I think we mess up as Americans, man. Like I get the whole American freedom, this and that, but I agree with what you guys do as far as stepping up in progression on two wheels.
Yeah, me and my dad have said it a few times. It's not smart to let 16-year-old kids go into a shop and buy like an S1000 double.
Bro, that's why our insurance is so freaking high on motorcycles, man, because exactly that right there, right? You give somebody that don't know anything at all about riding just because they grew up maybe riding a freaking dirt bike, and yeah, dude, 230 horsepower is no joke on the street. Like it's absolutely retarded.
It's no joke even on track. Like
no, it's not.
I've seen some like really experienced racers go out on 1,000 for the first time and they can't handle it. It's a big step up.
It's, and Harry, I tell people this and they look at me like fucking crazy when I say it, but it's the absolute truth, dude. Everybody that in BSB, World Superbike, the Ironman TT, all these classes, Moto America, dude, their bikes might make 240 horsepower, but they're not putting that out on the track. They tone down the horsepower and the torque to go faster around the track. So we don't need 240 horsepower. I'd love it to go back to old school where max is 180, right? Whatever, keep it, because we don't need all that horsepower. We don't, when you ride.
Absolutely no reason to have that much power.
No, it's not, dude, it's so much funner and you learn so much more by riding a slow bike fast and a fast bike slow. You don't learn nothing hardly at all. You do learn, but it's such a slow rate, or if they bite back really quick. I don't care what electronics is on them. They
are very unforgiving.
Yeah, they are. It's
like even my R6, the first time I rode that was a shock. I was not ready for that, but I love it. I love that bike. It's amazing. I can't wait to.
especially coming from an SV650 to R6. You know, it's a
It's
yeah,
a big step going from 72 horsepower to 120.
yeah. I
It
mean,
doesn't
it's
it doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a lot.
absolutely it is, and you got to rev the what out of it too, right? It's yeah, man, it is. It's racing a twin and then inline four is completely different. I'm a twin. I love V twins. They're freaking awesome. They're one of my favorite. It's my favorite engine. That and the V4.
Mm. The V twins, I loved the SV because of how much torque it had. That thing would pull like a missile. It was amazing, but it lacked in top end, which
Oh,
was
100%.
so it wasn't overly quick down a straight. But if you could get it round the corner and open the throttle again, it was so fast.
It was, but that's why I also like the V4, right? You get the best of both worlds. You get that bottom end grunt and that top speed you need, and the sound's just absolutely amazing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah. So, listen, Harry, dude, explain to me and everybody else, man, what classes do you race in? What classes you going to be racing in next year? The
So
series and all that.
so currently I'm racing club level. I don't quite have the money to do BSB, which is upsetting. I wish I did. But yeah, I don't have the
You
money.
will.
I'm sure I will at some point, but at the moment I don't have the money to do that sort of level. So I'm currently racing in NG, which is North Gloucestershire Road Racing Club or Association, um, in the Super Sport class, Super Sport 600s. So obviously same as BSB would, and that's what I'll be doing next year. This year I was running in the Mini Twins class, which ran alongside the Open 500s, the Super Twins, which I'm assuming you know what a Super Twin is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Twin. So like Aprilia RS660s, R7s.
Yeah.
So the higher end of the twins. Yeah, I ran alongside those sometimes. That was good fun. I loved racing that, but I needed a more powerful bike, so got the R6, and we are where we are now.
Yeah, I love it, man. That's what we call the Twins Cup class here in Moto America is the R7s and the RS660s. And yeah, my buddy actually races an ER650,
Oh,
Kawasaki ER650. Yep,
that's
in the Twins
sorry,
Cup.
that's the one here as well.
Yeah, dude, but you guys race the CB3 or the CB500s and the 350s too. Those are cheap, fun bikes, man. That would be something I'd be like, you know what, I'm buying me a CB500. That's what
CB,
I'm gonna do track days on.
CB500s is one of the most relentless races you'll ever watch in existence. It's really upsetting they don't have something like that in BSB,
I
because if
know.
they did, it'd be amazing. CB500s is one of those classes where the bike doesn't cost you any more than maybe a grand 500, and you can throw it down the track, you can blow it up, and you can throw it in the bin and buy a new one. That's the best bit about it. No one cares. CB500 riders, in my opinion, are the best racers on the planet because they do not care.
I love it, dude. Yeah, I wish we had a class like that out here because I would totally want to do that, But we have out there, dude. One class we do have out here that I love, Harry, is the Super Hooligan class.
I've seen bits about it.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing, man. And of course, we got the bagger class too, which is absolutely amazing because it's different. Who would imagine? And those baggers, bro,
Yeah. Well,
they're
when
not
I
cheap.
first heard about the bagger class, I was working at an Indian motorcycle dealership.
Nice.
So I walked. So my first day there. Well, it wasn't my first day. I'd been there for a few months, and I saw it because it was Indian. Were put in like a couple months after I joined. So they came in, they sorted all the stock out, they changed stuff around, and there was a sign up, and it said Bagger Champions. I was like, they race baggers in America? That's amazing. It looks. I've seen like I purposely looked up videos of it to see what it was like, and they're
It's bro, it's amazing to see, right? And the top factory, obviously Indian and Harley, man, those bikes are so expensive, bro. Everything's one off race, blah blah blah. But they're actually manufacturing them to where you can buy a lot of that stuff on the street and convert your bike over too as well. Dude, it's such a beautiful thing to see, and they sound so good. The swing arms are just sick, dude. Everything about them. And they freaking haul ass, Harry. You're like, holy shit, dude. Like, yeah, they do. So, would you
They're
ever?
they're really aggressive but fast bikes.
They are. Is that something you would like to do? Is race a bagger?
I want to try it. It looks like a lot of fun, but I
Yeah.
know for a fact I wouldn't be anywhere near the level that you lot are. That you guys have. Don't get me wrong, we have some riders which are absolutely crazy, but obviously you lot have the bagger championship, which just blows. It's amazing.
I would love to see it in BSB. I heard maybe in the future it's supposed to.
Yeah, I hope it does. I think that'd be amazing to watch.
I think it would too, man. I think
I would purposely spend more time going to BSB rounds just to look at that.
I know I can't. Everybody knows BSB is my favorite sports production series in the world. Over MotoGP, over all of it, except for the TT. TT is my absolute hands down favorite race of the year.
Have you been to the TT?
No, it's on my bucket list, and I will make it. Even if I was to croak dead in 10 minutes from now, I already told my wife, just cremate me, burn me, put me out on a plane, fly my ass over there, go to any freaking corner straight up the TT, and just dump me and go on about your business.
I've never been to the TT, and it annoys me because I live so close. I'm like,
why haven't you?
It's to do with money and work and time to do it. It's annoying, but I would really like to go watch it one day.
Bro,
my dad went a few times before I was born, but I really want to go.
Dude, I'm going. I'm going to the TT. It's yeah, man, I can't wait, dude. I cannot freaking wait.
Who knows? Maybe I'll see you out there,
dude. Yeah, I'll let you know when I plan it and come out there, bro. Freaking yeah, dude. So my game plan too is I'm trying to make it back to BSB in 2025 for Cadwell again. So if everything works out and goes according to plan, I'll be out there, man. So
I might have to see if I can get time off work. Come up.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know as soon as I know that I'm actually going to do it. I mean, like that's the plan right now so far, but you know how shit goes, so we'll see. But yeah, I really want to make it, dude. I really want to go. I've been telling everybody I'm gonna come back. My wife's like, "Yeah, I don't care." Blah blah blah. I just gotta. I'm not making the money I was making at my previous job, right? So it's
yeah, it's not as easy.
It's not as easy, right? So we'll see. But again, that's the game plan. So I love it, dude. Cadwell Park. Have you ridden Cadwell?
I have. I raced. So I didn't race Cadwell this year. Cadwell this year was the second round. I didn't race it because I had to have surgery. I had to have root canal surgery because one of the nerves in one of my teeth had died, so I had to get that taken out.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to race it, unfortunately. But I raced it last year and the year before. I loved it. It's hands down my second favorite track.
What's your first favorite?
Anglesey in Wales.
Yeah, that track's sweet.
Love that track. Anglesey is the perfect track.
I love playing Cadwell on the PlayStation 5, but I suck ass, man. It's so difficult. The video game's difficult anyway, but
yeah, Ride 5 is a hard game to play,
especially at Cadwell, man. It's like
speaking of that, before we joined this, I was actually playing Ride 5 at Cadwell.
Was you really?
I was.
Nice, dude. Dude, I have to give you my gamer tag, bro. We'll have to switch so we can get on there and play.
Yeah.
100%. What are you, PlayStation or Xbox?
I'm on Xbox.
Okay, I mean, it's cross-platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
The game? Yeah. It better be cross-platform. If not, they're missing out.
If it's not, then I might have to buy a PlayStation.
Right? Dude, I want to get an Xbox too myself because I got a lot of friends that play the Xbox, not the PlayStation. So, boo on you guys. No, I'm just playing. I like them both, man. I like them both. I ain't going to lie. Dude, yeah, it's freaking awesome. But would you ever ride? Have you ever thought about doing like the real roads, like the Northwest or?
The problem is over here, you've got to be 18.
Okay.
I'm not 18 yet. I'm 17.
But I mean,
so over here, our race license is called the EU license, and there are 3 levels to it. You've got novice, which is when you first get it. Then you've got clubman, and then you've got national. I've got my national license, but I'm not 18, so I can't do it yet, and it's really annoying because I really want to.
Yes, dude, that'd be.
I've got some of my mates that I race with. They've done and they've said it's the best thing they've ever done. I was like, I know, I want to try it, but I can't. I'm not old enough.
It's all right. You will be. You will. Are you going to do something like the Northwest 200 first, or?
So there's one called Oliver's Mount,
I
which is
know. Yep.
so I'm probably going to do that when I turn 18. Give that a go, see how that goes. But it's a different type of racing, and I'm really excited for it.
Oh yeah, it is. Absolutely, it is. You know, it's the best way I can explain it to people that don't get it is where normal legends of the sport, they're used to racing in a wide confined space, right? So they feel comfortable doing freaking 5 million miles an hour, right? And then you got legends such as Michael Dunlop and Joey and Bruce Anstey and dude Ian Hutchinson and dude Connor Cummings and dude Mike the Bike Hell, dude Phil Reed, the list goes on and on, right?
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. So where they feel comfortable in a more confined space, right, in public roads doing those speeds, you know what I mean? And to me, Harry, it's not the solos, it's the freaking monkeys in the sidecar that blow my mind. Like these guys and girls are just
sidecars around the Isle of Man is insane.
It's proper mega for real to the most mega it could ever be. It's like, dude, these are yeah. I wanna go for a ride. I got a bunch of friends that race sidecars out here, so I'm gonna meet them at the track. They're gonna give me a go being a monkey in the side. I mean, driving it would be cool too, but I think the monkey is where it's at. You know what I mean?
Being the passenger is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I've been asked if I want to do it a few times, but
did you do it?
I didn't. I never got around to it because I was busy.
Bro, you gotta try it, dude. You really gotta try it. I haven't done it yet, but yeah, I want to, and I'm going to. So I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Absolutely. So 2025, bro. What's your goals in 2025? And are you gonna still be in the same series next year? Or?
Yeah, so next year I'm racing in NG again in this 600 Super Sports. The goal, hopefully, so from what I did at Anglesey, from the lap times I was getting at Anglesey, it was putting me in the top 5 constantly, easily. And it was my like 3rd time ever riding the bike. So hopefully I can get top 5 in the championship next year, not top 3, because the 2 front runners have both moved up to thousands. So who knows? Might get top 3.
Might win. Never know, right?
I might win. That's a good point. I might win.
You might win. So, dude, I love it, dude. I can't wait to follow your progression next year. We'll do this is our first pod, so we'll do 3 more. Well, not just 3 more forever, but we'll do 3 next year, right? I wanna get you on right before the beginning of your season. Then we'll do a mid-season recap, you know, what's been going on, how you've been doing, because obviously we can't watch it out here. You know, is it broadcasted on YouTube or anything?
It's not, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not like BSB. Like I tell everybody, you can go to BritishSuperbike.com, watch it for free, right? So,
no, it's not like BSB, unfortunately.
So yeah, so I'll have you on for beginning, mid, and at the end of the season, and we'll follow it up with 2026 and keep on going forward. That way, everybody can keep up with how you're doing and your progression and all the wins we'll be talking about and all that good stuff, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun. So you're going to be with RBS again next year, or are they making
Yeah. Currently, it takes about a month after we've sent over the measurements for it to be made and sent out. So what we're doing is I'm spending a lot of time in the gym trying to slim down a bit, lose a bit of my weight, and we're going to remeasure, send out the measurements, get them made. And then fingers crossed they should be here ready for testing.
Who does your measurements?
So what we do is we get sent over like a list of what we need to measure out, and then me and my dad will stand in his living room or whatever
and do it,
and we just get a tape measure out when we from like arm to arm, shit over the chest, leg length,
inner thigh, calf. Bend your leg, then do it again from this bone all the way down. Yeah, dude. Obviously. But I fortunately, like me and my buddy try to do it right. And I had the video and all that. And then when I went to Wisconsin, I always hang out with Bison because they're my peoples, right? And I support them. So I'm hanging out with Robert, and I was like, dude, just measure me, right? And that way I know it's done right, and I don't frick it up. And I got one arm longer than the other, and one arm's too short, and all this looking crazy, right? Like this definitely ain't gonna work. So yeah, it's more intense than I thought it was going to be as far as getting measured. There's like 40 something different measurement points, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think at the end of last season, when me and my dad measured me again, I think we probably spent about half an hour measuring.
Yeah, it's
A long time.
intense.
Then you got to write it down, and then maybe you've made a mistake and you've got to remeasure and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's worth it in the end. You get a good suit that fits properly.
It makes a world of a difference too, for sure. Absolutely, it does, man. Dude, well, listen, I'm excited, man, Harry, about kicking ass next year, bro. Absolutely. So let me ask you this, man. Who's you cheering for in BSB to take the title?
What for this year, or who am I cheering for next year?
Well, both. This year, who was you cheering for?
Who
right?
was I cheering for?
Yeah.
I was hoping Tommy would get it again, but I'm not even upset that Kyle Ryde got it, because that race at Brands, that was amazing. That was brilliant. Someone did it with the maths in like the last 2 laps. They overtook people about 30 times. It was crazy. And then,
Dude,
well, for this year, this year, 2025, I'm hoping. I want Kyle Ryde to get it, but I wouldn't be upset if either of the Irwin brothers got it.
you can't forget Bradley Ray's coming back.
He is. That is true. He is coming back. Who knows? Maybe he'll make an insane comeback and win.
I mean, you never know. You really don't, because Bradley Ray, he's a champ. So you already know he knows how to ride. He knows the tracks. He knows the team, right? Because he's with the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be. And I tell everybody this, Harry, dude. This year and last year, dude. The last rounds of the whole season was proper mega, but the last races of both of these past 2 years were just the best out of MotoGP and everything. It was so intense and
MotoGP now is very a case of you almost know who's going to win before you watch the race.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm not that. I don't find it that interesting anymore. But
yeah,
BSB is a race where you don't know who's going to win. You've just got to get into it and just hope for the best.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely. My glasses are giving me a freaking fit right now. But yeah, dude, it's. I wanted to, man, dude. I got so many friends that race, so they're all my favorites, man. I would like Tommy to have won it because he would have been the first guy to win back-to-back titles with 2 different manufacturers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Ryde, when he almost quit racing, right, and didn't, and ended up, dude, to me, he has one of the most natural talents, abilities on a bike that I've seen, right?
He's really young as well.
He is absolutely amazing. I was through the roof when he won the title. Don't get me wrong. I was absolutely happy, right? Glad to see my man Storm Stacy win a race in the rain, right? I was freaking ecstatic and through the moon with that.
I've raced Storm Stacy before, actually, and he's just as quick as he looks, I promise.
He's absolutely amazing. Dude, I love Storm, dude. He's awesome.
I was on a track day and Tommy Bridewell was there. He's just as quick as he looks as well. Jesus.
Dude, Ryan Vickers, there's so many fast. Everybody's fast in BSB, right? Dude, this next season coming up, shit, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I'd like to see, Tommy win it, right? I'd love to see Ryan Vickers win it. I'd love to see Bradley Ray, that story coming from World Superbike from 2 bad seasons, come back and win it again in BSB, right? There's so many so many different angles. I want to see my man Luke Hedger do well, right? I want to see Braden Elliott do well, another mate of mine. I'd love to see um, Tom Neve do really well. I mean, another good mate of mine, right? Like, there's so many friends of mine that I would love to see win 100%. Um, it's really hard to call. It really is because there's so many contenders in it. It's such a great year. My man Christian Iden, Lee Jackson. I mean, I don't know.
it's
I don't
it's
know.
one of those things where they're all so fast that it's almost it can go any way.
Especially, Glenn Irvin and the whole story and dude, yeah, man, I don't know. I really don't. It's going to be close. I'm excited. I'll wait after, the first, because, dude, Harry, there's so much that plays into it, right? Because everybody's jumped ship. I don't even know where Storm's going to be at next year. He's not going to be with Kawasaki, and I ain't heard. Have you heard where Storm's going to be
I
at?
have no idea. Normally, what I do is I'll message him at the end of a season, see what he's doing for the year after. I haven't had a chance to. I was going to message him and see what he's doing next year, but I haven't had a.
Yeah, I would love to. Dude, I asked him to come on the podcast. He told me he would, but he hadn't answered none of my Instagram messages. So, Storm, if you're hearing this, bro, look at your Instagram messages. I sent you like 4 or 5 of them. Like, mate, bro. But yeah, I mean, there's so many. And Harry, what I was going to say is people that switch teams, I mean, you never know how they're going to get along with the new team and how well everybody gels together. Man, there's so many factors that go into it, and it's exciting because there's some people that jump ship. Like I said, Bradley Ray's coming back. We still don't know where a couple contenders are going to be. So I know my man Joe Sheldon Shaw, big shout out to him, put out he's going to be back in, the Super Sport on the Gixxer 750, if I remember. Cameron Frazier, another one on the Gixxer 750 again. Luca Allen, of course, and dude.
Oh, yeah, Luca is thinking about coming over to the States to do Motor America next year.
I know. Trust me, I know.
I'm excited because he told me about it, and I was like, mate, come on, you've got to do it.
I know. I met him at Mid-Ohio.
Did you?
Yeah. He called me and was like, bro, you going to be at Mid-Ohio? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm coming. I was like, shut up. Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's where I learned about the whole. Yeah, man, absolutely. So yeah, there's listen.
I'm excited.
Harry, you and me both, right? It's 2025 is going to be a proper mega year, and Moto America and BSB, dude. We got a lot of changes in Moto GP too as well. Obviously, World Superbike. There's been a lot of bike swaps going on, but dude, I think World Superbike is pretty much done dusted deal with Top Rack. I think he's just going to clean sweep it again next year. I could be wrong, but
well, you're saying that, but when he moved from the Yamaha, he's not been doing as well. He's not. He doesn't look as comfortable.
Nobody won the title.
True.
I mean, hey, he won the title, so they figured something out, right?
Yeah. At the start of the season, he didn't look like he was that comfortable. But towards the end of the season, you could tell he was getting quicker.
When the first switch happened, I was like, man, I think Johnny Ray's going to adapt to the Yamaha quicker than Top Rack was going to adapt to the BMW, but I was absolutely wrong. Ray hadn't been anywhere, and I love Ray, right? He just hadn't gelled with the Yamaha. It hadn't been a relationship. Neither one of them kind of counted on at the beginning, right? But that's part of changing manufacturers, and it also goes to show that when you do jump from one bike to another bike, it's not just about your talent. It's how you can adapt to the motorcycle or making the motorcycle adapt to you, right?
Yeah.
Or you adapt to the bike. It's and again, it goes with the people you got behind you in your team. Do they really believe in you? And it's such a mental game, man. So yeah, we'll see, man. It's going to be super exciting in 2025. There's so many. What do you think about Martin winning the championship?
Well, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't. I'm going to be completely honest. I was not expecting it.
I I loved it. I thought that because everybody was like, "Oh, he ain't gonna do it. He can't keep his mental strength," which he did make a lot of mistakes. I loved it for the fact that Ducati really didn't believe in him for the past 2 years when he absolutely deserved to have that ride, right? And then they didn't choose him. And then for him to win the title on a non-factory, it was a factory bike, but not a factory team, right? So a non-factory team, nobody's done that in 20 years since Rossi in 2001 on the NSR 500, Nastro Azzurro, which is the beer. Um, even though it was Mick Doohan's Repsol, but Repsol wasn't in it no more because they were focusing on the 2003 RCV 212 is what it was, I think.
Yeah.
4-stroke. So, yeah, and him to take the number one plate to Aprilia is another big FU to Ducati, right? Just like Tommy Birdwell did with Ducati and BSB last year. Well, a year ago, right? And went to the Honda.
It's just adding salt to the wound.
It is. And everybody's like, oh, he ain't going to do that good on the Aprilia, this and that. And I'm like, listen, everybody's making accusations. You can't base off what you think off a 1-day freaking test, 2-day test. You can't do that. You got to, again, there's many things to take in consideration. But if you don't think Jorge Martin is not going to be there, you're mistaken. He's going to be there. The cream always rises to the top.
He is a good rider. He is a really good rider, but I expected Pecco to get it again.
Man, I don't think so. I think Marquez is going to be big trouble, right? Him and Pedro Acosta, he's going to be another one that once he finally figures it out, he's one of those ones, and it's hard to say aliens versus regular riders, right? I mean, Pedro's done a lot of things, dude, that hadn't been seen in a long time in Moto 3 and Moto 2, right? But same thing is freaking brain fart. Are you kidding me right now? Picaris in Moto 3 now from Red Bull's Rookie Cup, right? He's freaking amazing talent too. So yeah, exciting times again, right? And then I'm more excited about the 2027 season when they change the rules to 850.
I think it's gonna go back a bit in terms of how the bikes control and feel, but I think the riders will end up feeling quicker because the bike isn't as heavy, it doesn't feel like almost like just like a lot of dead weight. So I think they'll enjoy it more, and I think it will make it a lot more interesting for us watching it because it's not going to be a case of, oh, the Ducatis out there, the Ducatis are going to win again, because that's what's happening pretty much all season. Ducatis dominated. But I think when they go back to 850s, it's going to level it out a bit more. And who knows, maybe we'll see Yamaha up the front again. Maybe, who knows, maybe we'll see KTM up the front.
I would love to see when they first made the switch, they fucked it up. Ducati come out just absolutely swinging. This time they actually put a cap on the cylinder bore. And so I think they're going to be more torquey. They're not going to rev as high as they used to. They're going to be faster. Honestly, is my opinion. Plus, they're going to dumb down the electronics so much. I love. They're going to do it with the ride height and the freaking coming out the corner and anti-squat twat device, which is freaking retarded. And I get it. It's the F1 Premier, the class of the sport, yada, yada, yada. But let's just be honest. No sports bike on the street is going to have freaking anti-squat coming out of corners, right, dude? There's no way, right? We don't need it. We don't even need wings on the street. For what? To looks, you're never going to go those speeds for the wings to come in use, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, Harry, if I ever owned a bike with fucking goddamn launch control, you best believe this guy right here at every stoplight is going to be bam, everyone, right? And I'm just going to be in trouble, man. So again, we don't need it on the street. Is it cool? Absolutely. Do I want it? Absolutely.
Of course.
So there's my rant. But yes, next year is going to be an absolute proper mega season for everybody in all classes. So even you and everybody. And yeah, man, I hope that I know you're going to far succeed next year in 2025. I can't wait to be part of your journey and have you back on. And and we get to talk about your whole progression, man. But listen, we're 45 minutes into this. I want to transition into what's my favorite part of the podcast, Harry, besides learning your journey, is we get to know you on a more personal level instead of the absolute legend and the leathers that everybody sees you at the races, right? So my first question is what's for dinner tonight, mate, even though it's kind of late where you are right now?
Oh, well, my mum made an absolutely incredible katsu chicken curry. That was, it was amazing. I absolutely loved it.
I'm jealous, dude. I freaking love Indian food, man.
It was brilliant.
And do you like spicy food?
I do. I do like spicy food.
Me too, man. I absolutely I do. So we talked about this a little bit earlier, but before we went live, but tell everybody what you do for a day job, bro.
So, well, it's not the most glamorous job in existence, but I wash trucks, or lorries as we call them here. But obviously over in the States, they're semi trucks, 18-wheelers, stuff like that. So I wash those from 8 till 5 every day. I love it. It's a good job. Don't get me wrong, there are moments where I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go into work. But I get there. I have a laugh and a joke with my colleagues. I have a good time. We do stupid shit as you expect. It's just, and the pay isn't terrible either. I mean, I'm 17 and I'm making 27.5 grand a year.
Yeah, that's not bad. Absolutely
over here in England, 27 years, that's good money, full stop, for anybody. So at 17, it's good. I like it. It's good.
I love it, dude. I freaking love it, bro. It's dude, I told my wife I'd sell all my shit and move out to the UK.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway.
He said, don't do that. Mate, do you have any pets?
I don't, unfortunately. We used to have a few cats, but unfortunately they've all passed away.
Yeah. Are you gonna get any dogs or cats in the future?
When I move out, I plan on getting maybe a cat again, maybe a dog, but I don't.
My next question is, do you have a girlfriend, mate?
I don't.
No. So ladies, he's single. There you go. You're welcome. Let me ask you this. Are you a coffee drinker?
I'm not. I'm not a massive fan of coffee. The only time I'll drink coffee is when I go to McDonald's because they do a caramel iced latte.
They're good.
I like that. That's nice.
They're good. And I like tea. I like tea too. So I drink hot tea.
Surprisingly enough, I'm not a massive fan of tea either. And I'm not really a tea drinker.
Yeah, I like the hot teas. Cold teas are okay. Man, I do, but I don't drink them a whole lot. When I do, man, it makes me pee every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with tea. Tea is it does make you pee a lot, yeah.
Bro, absolutely, man. Dude, tell us something we don't know about you.
I was a county champion gymnast for under 16s when I was 14 years old.
I love it, dude. That's freaking awesome, bro.
And so I was really busy between the ages of 12. Between the ages of 11, 12, and 15, I was doing racing, gymnastics, and kickboxing.
I love it.
I was really busy. I basically had no free time. I finished school on a Monday at 3 o'clock. I'd get out of school, I'd get home, I'd get changed, I'd go to gymnastics, get there for 4 o'clock. I'd finish I did kickboxing first. So I'd finish school at 3, get home, get changed, go kickboxing. I'd be there for an hour and a half, finish that at 5:30. I'd already have my gymnastics stuff with me. And then at 5:30, we'd drive to my gymnastics gym for 6, and I'd be there from 6 to 8. I was really busy. So Monday and Wednesday, I did that. Tuesdays, Monday and Wednesdays was kickboxing and gymnastics. Tuesdays was just gymnastics. Thursdays, what did I do? Thursdays was gymnastics. Sometimes, not every week. That was more throughout the summer. And Fridays I had the day off. Saturdays, I'd wake up, I'd go to gymnastics for 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd be there until 12, and then I'd be at kickboxing from 12 till 4
I
on a Saturday.
love it,
I
dude, bro.
basically
Yeah.
had Fridays and Sundays off.
I love it, man. Busy, man. It's good. It's good, right? And you learn a lot. I flex this part of racing too is being super flexible.
Oh,
You know?
it really did help. It really helped a lot.
110%. So with that, bro, what's your worst habit?
Oh dear, what's my worst habit? Probably riding bikes.
That's not a worst habit, man. That's the best habit.
My worst habit is I actually don't know.
Do you chew your fingernails?
I actually don't. I used to. I kind of stopped that. I do. I pick at the skin around my fingernails.
Yeah.
And I'm also covered in scars as well. I do a lot of dumb stuff out with my mates. Like my arms, you can't really see it too well, but my arms are covered from the top to bottom in scars all over it.
Yeah.
I do a lot of dumb stuff. That's probably my worst habit.
He said I do a lot of dumb stuff. We do a lot of man stuff. That's what we do. And we're all covered in scars. Hot damn it. If not, you're not living, right?
Yeah.
Go and live. Absolute. So, dude, celebrity crush, mate. Who's your celebrity crush?
Oh. 2007 Megan Fox.
I love it. I thought you was gonna say Ryan Reynolds there for a minute.
I mean, he's up.
he's up there, ain't he? That's what I thought about. He's up there for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Megan Fox, yeah, she's absolutely mate. Yeah, she is. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, bro. Is that something you do too as well?
I don't tend to listen to audiobooks. I do tend to listen to podcasts a lot though.
Okay, well, what podcasts do you listen to and that you recommend to everybody?
Pin the Gas, of course. Of course.
I love it. Dude, thank you.
I was in the gym the other day and I had my phone in and I was listening to yours. I was listening to Luca's podcast.
I love it.
I do it. I do it sometimes. It's just a bit different from listening to music while I'm at the gym. So I had my earphones in. And I was listening to Luca's podcast. I listen to a couple other podcasts. Not as often though. You're the main one I listen to.
Dude, again, thank you so much, mate. I listen to not only motorcycle racing, but as far as motorcycle racing, there's a lot. I like, of course, over there is Off Track. My mate Dave Neal is, and of course, Chasing the Racing, right? It's one of the best ones out there. But I also listen to, of course, some American ones. Like we have one out here called Off Track 2 as well by Brothers in Christ, which is good. And then Pipe Dreams, Corley Alexander, and James Rosoli. That one's really good too. Then I listen to Danny Jones, which is like he's like Joe Rogan, right?
Oh, okay.
And of course Joe Rogan, and yeah, I listen a bunch.
I listen to Joe Rogan's every now and then.
Yeah, he's awesome. But yeah, and then reading books. Yeah, I read, but they're shop manuals for my motorcycle. They're not books that I read, right? Audio book listener. I don't read books. I fall asleep if I read a freaking book, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as me.
Bro, dude. So listen, you're a huge TT fan, right?
I am. I love watching the TT.
Okay, me too. I watch it every year. Okay, and I've watched TT for a long time. So I'm in your opinion, right? I'm gonna give you this TT question. So in your opinion, who had the greatest TT comeback ever? The list is long, but I'm gonna give you two names in your opinion to choose from on who you think had the biggest comeback. Mike the Bike Haywood or Robert Dunlop?
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. You see, personally, I wouldn't even choose either of those two.
Well, who would you choose?
Connor Cummings.
Okay, there you go.
That's who I think had the greatest comeback. Mainly because of the crash he had going over the mountain and he went flipping down the mountain and he totaled himself. I think after that, for him to get back on that bike, that takes a lot of willpower. That's who I think had the greatest comeback.
That and a lot of love, that's for sure. Me, listen, they're all unique and they're all so proper mega in their own way in the injuries, right? But to me, was Mike Haywood, dude, because nobody's left the TT for 10 years and then come back and won it, right? Because there's so much that changed on open roads versus circuits, right? the tires, the bikes, the road itself, the hedges he used to use as braking markers done changed, and there's so much that goes into it. But yeah, that's absolutely freaking dude. I love that question. I think it's a great question.
Good question.
Yeah, buddy. So a little trivia real quick for you, man. In 1961, Honda won their very first TT. Who was the rider?
Was it Dunlop?
That was Mike the Bike Hellwood.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never really watched all the old TT. I watched more of the newer stuff. But
Man,
obviously, I know who Mike is. Everyone knows who Mike is. Everyone knows him. He's easily one of the best TT riders to ever have lived. But yeah, no, I actually didn't know it was him.
Yeah, it was, dude. Absolutely. So look, I got one more trivia question for you. Is what year in track was the very first Grand Prix raced at, which is now MotoGP?
What year and track?
Yep.
Was the first MotoGP race held
Was
at?
the first Grand Prix race at, which is now known as MotoGP, because it was Grand Prix back in the day, and then they transitioned into MotoGP. So what year in track was the very first Grand Prix race at?
Oh, I'm not into the older stuff. Damn it.
It's all good, mate. It's all good.
I'm going to take a guess. Not for the year, the track. Was the track Monza?
Nope.
Was it not?
Nope.
What track was it?
It was in 1949 at the Alaman TT.
Was it?
Yep.
That's surprising.
Yep.
That is really surprising.
But there's something you guys don't know, right? There it is. Let's go, right? Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm a nerd, dude, when it comes to racing, man. I'm just a fucking nerd.
I said Monza because Monza is a really old track.
Monza is a really old track. And
I said Monza is a safe guess. But I guess I was wrong.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Bro, are you if you had your own private track day, what 3 people would you invite to your track day, dead or alive?
Own private track day.
Yep. You can invite any 3 people in the whole world, dead or alive. Who you bringing?
Valentino Rossi, easily. He's my idol. I love him so much. My race number used to be 46. Valentino Rossi. One of my good friends, Brandon, he races. He's racing in BSB next year in the new super sport class, not a super bike class, sorry, with the twins. Hello.
Say hi.
Got a new phone.
So we got Rossi a new phone today for one of his Christmas presents.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's all excited about it.
Named after a brilliant man.
Dude, Hayden Rossi, Nicky Hayden, Valentino Rossi. Freaking right, man. Absolutely.
Brilliant man. Yeah, Valentino Rossi, I'd invite him. My good friend Brandon Wright. And for my last one, probably it's am I allowed to invite people who are no longer with us?
Absolutely.
Marco Simoncelli.
Dude, I got my Marco Simoncelli tattoo.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude. So real quick story. I met Marco in 2008 in Indy at the MotoGP race. I went to every Indy race there was except for the last year. And we were eating at this Brazilian restaurant. I can't remember the freaking name of it. We're downtown Indy, and I get up to go to the bathroom, and I look across, and there's freaking Marco Simoncelli and his team. I was like, no fucking way. So I run back. I go to the bathroom, run back to the table. I was like, Dad, freaking Marco Simoncelli and some of his team are over there, right across over there. I was like, don't stare, but that's him. So I ate real quick. I was like, I'm going to go outside and stay and wait. I don't care if it's 10 o'clock. I know where the hotel is. I got a freaking key in my own room. I'll be back when I get back, right? So I ate. I go outside. Marco comes out. And Marco, I'm a huge fan. I'm Simcoe, blah, 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 blah. It's for the podcast and all that, right? Obviously. And, dude, we ended up talking and walking for like 30 minutes, bro. And then when I go to the track, I'd be like, what's up, Marco? And he'd fucking point at me and come over to me. And dude, it was Absolutely amazing. Huge fan of Marco, and his dad too. When I see his dad Paulo, I'll show him my tattoo, and he always gives me a big old hug and takes a picture with me. So he's freaking all Paulo's absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, last year when I went to the MotoGP race, I was walking. No, it was the year before. I was walking with Ricardo Rossi when he was racing with Corsa 658. And I showed him my tattoo. I was like, Rossi, dude, I'm a fan, man. Blah, blah, blah. I'm watching you, this and that. And he's like, oh, yeah, come back with me to the garage, dude. And he invited me inside. The dude was inside the 658 Moto 3 garage for a while, dude. I met all the old dude. Freaking amazing. So, yeah, absolutely, man. But good choices, man. There's so many good people that I would invite. That's such a hard question for me. I'm like, any 3 people, man? There's so many. Like, yeah. So, because I would want to have a genuine conversation with them all. Like, dude, dude, right? Miguel Duhamel right here, right? On the RC45. That is Joey Dunlop at his last ever race at the Alaman TT in 2000. And this is Giacomo Agostini at the Alaman. So, yeah, dude. Absolutely, man. Freaking amazing. Dude, are you PlayStation or Xbox, mate?
Xbox all the way.
What's in the console right now?
Oh, well, Ride 5 at the moment, but...
Right? What else is there?
Pretty much it.
Do you play any other games? Like I play, dude. So other than motorcycle racing, I love soccer, right? The real football, soccer. So I play FIFA, and they just released this new soccer game you can download. So I just downloaded that. And then I like the Assassin's Creed franchise, of course, Star Wars game, because I'm a freaking Star Wars nerd. Man, there's a lot of games that I like and play.
I play a lot of racing games mainly. I'm big into I've played rides. So I've got Ride 2 on my PC. And I've got Ride 3, 4, and 5 on my. Never played the original Ride. I played the demo for it actually. Never looked. I've played all 5 of the Ride games. I've played MotoGP games from 12 to 24. So I'm big into the MotoGP game series. I played the Valentino Rossi, the game. I played that for a little while. So I'm into the bike racing games, as you can probably tell. I'm into car racing games as well. So I play Assetto Corsa on my PC a lot. I play Project Cars. I play iRacing. So I play a lot of simulation games. I like playing those. But I'm also big into like fighting games. So I play Mortal Kombat a lot. I love playing Mortal Kombat. That's probably one of my favorite games of all time.
I love it, dude. I freaking love it, man. Dude. So yeah, well, we're coming up. We're actually a little bit over an hour on this, so we'll end this here shortly. But you guys stay tuned because part 2 is coming up. Dude, I got 2 more questions before we end this podcast, bro. What's the one superpower you wish you had?
One superpower I wish I had. It's a controversial one. Very controversial one. But I'm going to say it's stupid. But I say stupid, and it's not really that controversial. But around where I live, it's quite a controversial topic. Me and my mates talk about quite a lot. I say like the ability to control fire. Because there are so many different things you could use it for. Like, obviously, you could use it for the fact that that's just cool as it is. But, like, you could use it for, like, if it's, like, really cold out, you could warm yourself up. Or if, like, you need to cook something that you don't have any other way of making a flame, you've got, you can create fire. It's, hell, if you use it enough, you could probably fly with it. Who knows?
Right.
But, like, it's one of those powers where it's really useful, but really cool as well.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's the first time I ever had that.
Is
that's
it?
Yeah, that's the first time I ever had that answer. Fire. That's awesome. I love it, dude. Everybody's unique in their own way, right? It's absolutely amazing for sure. So, and listen, my last question for you, bro. You own your own BSB team, right? Let's say Harry owns his own British Superbike team.
Own BSB team.
Your own BSB team. What's the manufacturer motorcycle you would have, and who's the 2 current riders you would put on your team?
So, current manufacturer, Yamaha, easily.
Or any. You could bring any manufacturer, MV Agusta, whoever it is.
Yamaha, easily.
Okay.
I love Yamaha. I'm a Yamaha guy through and through, always. And 2 current riders. What? Just BSB riders.
Any riders, any current riders in the world, who would you put on your
Any
bikes?
riders in the world? Fabio Quartararo. He's doing amazing on that Yam. And Kyle ride just because he won the championship. That's easy.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's great choices too, bro. Absolutely. Well, listen, Harry, this has been an absolute mega proper of a journey we took together today, and I appreciate it. It's an absolute honor to have you on. I cannot wait for part 2. Before we get off here, I'm gonna let you end the podcast, but I got to give a couple shout outs to all my mates. Next Level Financial, take control of your financial future. Seth Starnes, listen, it's imperative. You people need to do it, dude. BisonTrack.com. What are you guys waiting on? Christmas is coming up. Treat yourself. Trust me, it is so worth it. I mean, hell, an off the rack suit, a good brand, RST, whatever, dude, is $1,500. Spend that money on a custom suit that's fully tailored, custom specifically for you. Trust me, you'll thank us later. ChefEats.com. Everybody, dude, has the most amazing meals, Harry. So instead of taking a charcoal grill or gas grill to the track, you got a generator. Just bring a microwave. You throw them in there for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The steak is juicy. The chicken is juicy and tender. He makes athlete meals or low. Dude, listen, absolutely amazing. Everybody hears me talk about it. ChefEats.com. Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics for all your sunglass needs. SFL Mini GP in South Florida and in Jersey. I need everybody to go to social media and follow Mini SBK USA. Big shout out to RD Racing and my mate Jake Marsh. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love you guys so much. Vet2 Track, all my veterans out here. My buddy Jim has a program called Vet2 Track, vet with the number 2. His whole motto is tackling PTSD one lap at a time. It's absolutely a phenomenal program. So any vets out there, big shout out to 64 Degree Racing, my man Tate. He made me a custom 2-piece undersuit. Harry, I tell everybody, I don't care if it's your first track day or your 19th race, don't show up with just one undersuit. You need multiple undersuits, right? Trust me, there's many reasons why. But my buddy Tate, he owns a company called 64 Degree Racing. You guys run 151s. I know there's a really popular one out there where you guys are. But he's absolutely amazing. And thank you so much if anybody's in the market for an undersuit. Yes, I'm an ambassador for Bison. Yes, I love my one-piece suit from Bison. Do me a favor, go get you the Bison suit, turn around and get you a custom 64 Degree Racing suit too, because you need at least 2, trust me. Ghetto Customs, my man Chris Parrish, for all your bracing bodywork needs. Chris Parrish, he's a legend in the SV650 when we used to race the shit him out here in America. Now he's on the RS660 and he makes custom bodywork for him, and freaking awesome, dude. Big shout out to my man Martin at the Clothing Kings. All you guys can go to theclothingkings.co.uk and get all your Pendergast merch. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to BSB Barmy Army. Road Racing World, man. I need everybody to go to Road Racing World, sign up for the Road Racing World Fund, and donate to the air fence. It's imperative. If we didn't have the air fence, we wouldn't be able to be racing, right? So big shout out to Carnes Performance. Anybody in the market looking to buy a motorcycle, an ATV, UTV, dirt bike, whatever it is, performance tuning done, look no further than Carnes Performance in Pennsylvania. I just drove 5 hours up there to buy a dirt bike for my son because I believe in my friends. They have a dealership. They're in our industry. Support your local. Support your friends in the industry no matter what they sell. It don't matter. Support them. Big shout out to STG. So anybody in the market looking for order any type of parts, STG, Sports Bike Track Time. Man, you guys know the deal. Max Van and Brian Van, absolutely amazing. If you're not wearing a KYT helmet, I don't know what you're wearing. I don't know what you're wearing, Harry, but
I wear Shark.
A Shark, and they're absolutely amazing too. But what I'm trying to tell you right now is you need to be in a KYT. So big shout out to Brandon Cray 2 out here for KYT Americas. You're absolutely a legend, and the helmets are too. And if you're not on K-Tech suspension, because I know K-Tech's big out there in BSB too as well.
I'm running K-Tech forks on my R6.
There you go. So K-Tech, man, if you're not racing on K-Tech suspension again, I don't know what you guys are riding on, right? You need to. It's a big shout out to all my friends at K-Tech. I got Dakari, I got Kendall, I got my man Birch, dude. I love you guys. Listen, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't went to any of my social medias and channels and hit that like and subscribe button, do so. It helps me out a whole lot. Again, thank you so much, Harry, for coming on. It's been an absolute honor. But before I end this, Harry, tell everybody where they can find you on all social medias and where they can show you nothing but love and support.
Well, on Facebook, Harry Pell Racing. That's the racing page. On social media, there's Harry Pell Racing 52. That's my page. And that is basically the same across all platforms. Before we end this, I just want to give a big shout out to Fleet Cleaner Services, RJ Hawkins, my work, because they've Rob, the manager and the owner. He's been sponsoring me the past 3-4 years. He's been an absolute pleasure working with him, and I hope to continue working with him in the future. Hopefully, he'll be able to, spend a little bit more on us. Hopefully, get into BSB soon. Hopefully, and see him trackside. Hopefully.
Absolutely. Well, Harry, man, listen, it's been an absolute honor again to have you on, mate. Looking forward to part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all that good stuff. And yeah, listen, I hope the rest of your night is as proper mega as you are, mate. And looking forward to hearing from you soon and having another proper mega chat.
Yeah, man. Always.
Absolutely. And listen, dude, so I've been having issues with getting my stuff out on Spotify and iHeart and all that. It's this service I've been using that actually converts my audio, my video into audio, so it extracts it and makes it into a MP3 format. I've been having major issues with it. It's happened before. We're trying to figure it out. We're working on it. I'm like this will be my 7th podcast I'm behind putting out on Spotify. So if anybody missed any of them or wondered why I haven't updated any of them, go to my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel, and you can go back in and rewatch all the ones that I have not had out yet. There's been several of them. We got another legend in the house, Craigo Harris. What is up, mate? Harry, do you know Craigo?
I recognize the name.
Dude, he's absolutely proper mega. He says he's sorry he misses. No worries, mate. Craigo, it's good to hear from you, bro. We need to chat it up again. We chatted on the phone. Well, it's been several months from now, but yeah, he's actually good friends with another one of my good friends out here in America that races too. So it's a small world and I love it, right? Our beautiful circus is what I always call it. You know what I'm saying? The world is so big and there's so many sports, but motorcycle racing, when you think of it, from MotoGP to even club racing and all that, is a small little beautiful circus, and it's an honor to be a part of, and all the mates and friends that's come out of it. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I love every single one of you, and we will talk to you soon. Harry, is there anything else you want to say before I end this?
Well, actually, I've got another shout out to my
Go
second,
ahead.
if not my biggest sponsor, EBC Brakes, for supplying me always with the best brakes around. They've been sponsoring me for the past 2 years. I had them on the R3. I've had them again on the SV. And I've just recently put an EBC clutch kit in my 125 on my road bike. So I have absolutely no faults with them. Gareth EBC is an absolute legend. Always sets me up with the best stuff, best brake discs, pads, all of it. I have absolutely no complaints. And obviously a big shout out to RBS for supplying me with leathers that have kept me safe for the past 4 years. I've had no problems with them. I mean, last year alone, 2023, I had 3 major crashes, 110 mile an hour, 80 and 70. I was perfectly fine after every single one of them. I got up and I walked away after all of them. So I have no faults with those. So big shout out to all of those.
I love it. I love it, Harry. You know, and that says a lot. And you still use the same suit for the whole season, right? It's proper mega.
Unless the suit gets completely torn apart, then we continue using it all season.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an absolute honor. Thank you guys so much. And me and Harry will see you real soon. Hang on with me for 1 second, Harry, after I end this. All right.